Hello fellow gardeners and welcome back to the Humus Heritage. Today we're diving deep into something that might sound a bit unconventional at first, but trust me when I say it could revolutionize the way you think about feeding your soil. We're talking about buried rotten rice and the incredible microbial army it can unleash in your garden beds. Your garden soil is hungry, but not in the way you might think. For years we've been told to add this fertilizer or that amendment, mixing in expensive bags of nutrients season after season. Yet something fundamental is often missing from this equation. Plants don't just need nutrients, they need those nutrients delivered in forms they can actually use, and that's where the magic of soil biology comes in. The thriving, breathing ecosystem beneath our feet is what truly determines whether our plants will flourish or merely survive. Traditional amendments often fall short because they ignore this biological reality. A bag of synthetic fertilizer might contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. But without the microbial workforce to process and deliver these elements, we're essentially offering our plants a meal they can't digest. What gardens truly crave is a vibrant community of beneficial microorganisms working around the clock to break down organic matter, fix atmospheric nitrogen, solubilize locked-up minerals, and protect plant roots from pathogens. This invisible world of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes is the real foundation of soil fertility, and it's precisely what buried fermented rice can help cultivate. The transformation begins with something remarkably simple: rice that's past its prime. Whether it's leftover cooked rice from dinner or raw grains you've been meaning to use, this humble staple can become a microbial inoculant for your soil. The key is understanding that we're not just burying food waste, we're creating conditions for beneficial bacteria to multiply and colonize your garden ecosystem. The most effective approach involves incorporating your rice into a proper composting system rather than direct burial. Add your rice to an active compost pile, making sure to bury it at least 6 inches deep within the pile, surrounded by a balanced mix of carbon-rich browns like dried leaves and nitrogen-rich greens such as fresh grass clippings or kitchen scraps. So, this layering technique actually prevents pest attraction while creating the perfect environment for fermentation. And, if you're working with a smaller space, a sealed compost bin works beautifully, allowing the decomposition process to occur under controlled conditions without inviting unwanted visitors like rodents or raccoons. For those interested in a faster-acting alternative, fermented rice water offers immediate benefits. All you need to do is simply soak raw rice in water for several days until it develops that characteristic sour smell, which, by the way, indicates active fermentation. Dilute this liquid at a ratio of about 1 part rice water to 10 parts plain water, and just like that, you've created a living fertilizer teeming with beneficial microbes ready to colonize your soil. Now let's explore what's really happening at the microscopic level, because honestly, understanding this science will help you appreciate why this method works so remarkably well. When rice begins to decompose, it becomes a feeding ground for an incredibly diverse array of beneficial microorganisms. These are quickly joined by lactic acid bacteria, the same beneficial microbes found in yogurt and fermented vegetables. These microscopic workers perform several critical functions simultaneously. First, they excel at nutrient solubilization, taking minerals like phosphorus and potassium that exist in your soil but remain locked in forms plants cannot access. Through their metabolic processes, these microbes convert these nutrients into plant-available forms, essentially unlocking your soil's hidden fertility. Some bacteria in this community are nitrogen fixers, capturing atmospheric nitrogen and converting it into ammonium, providing a steady supply of this essential nutrient without synthetic inputs. Perhaps most fascinating is the production of phytohormones. These beneficial microbes manufacture compounds like indole-3-acetic acid and various auxins, which function as plant growth hormones. When plant roots encounter these substances, they respond by developing more robust root systems, increasing their ability to access water and nutrients throughout the growing season. Additionally, many of these bacteria act as biocontrol agents, actively suppressing soil-borne pathogens and helping your plants build natural disease resistance. This biological protection is far more sustainable than chemical treatments, and honestly, it builds long-term soil health rather than creating dependency. The proof, as they say, is in the harvest. Gardens enriched with properly fermented rice show marked improvements in multiple areas. Plants develop noticeably deeper green foliage, which, indicates improved nitrogen availability and uptake. Root systems become more extensive and fibrous, allowing plants to better withstand drought stress and access nutrients from a larger soil volume. You'll observe increased vigor in vegetative growth, with plants filling out their space more completely and, recovering more quickly from environmental stresses. Yield improvements are particularly noticeable in fruiting crops. Tomatoes, peppers, and squash benefit enormously from the enhanced microbial activity, producing heavier fruits with improved flavor profiles. The soil itself undergoes transformation, developing better structure with improved water retention and drainage simultaneously, that perfect balance every gardener seeks. The soil takes on a richer, earthier smell, indicating active biological processes and healthy decomposition cycles. Okay, so, are you ready to harness this microbial powerhouse in your own garden? It's best to start small and just observe the results before you scale up. Begin with a dedicated compost system if you don't already have one, and, start incorporating rice materials thoughtfully. Remember that balance is crucial here. Too much rice without adequate carbon materials can create anaerobic conditions and, honestly, some pretty foul odors. For direct soil application, the fermented rice water method offers the safest and most immediate benefits. Apply this diluted solution monthly during the growing season, watering it directly into the root zone of your plants. Acid-loving plants like blueberries, azaleas, and tomatoes particularly appreciate this treatment. Keep notes on your observations, documenting changes in plant growth, soil structure, and overall garden health. If you're eager to experiment with direct burial, do so only in small test areas. Burying small amounts of fermented rice deeply in garden beds that will remain fallow for several weeks is a great idea. This allows the decomposition to complete before planting, and it helps you avoid the temporary nitrogen tie-up that can happen when fresh organic matter is added to active growing beds. Now it's your turn to join this soil revolution. Try incorporating fermented rice into your garden practice this season and, hey, don't forget to share your results with our community. Subscribe to the Humus Heritage for more innovative science-based gardening techniques that work with nature rather than against it. Oh, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our experiments and discoveries, and share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to supercharge their soil the natural way. Let's grow together.